They believed the past was buried, until one signature blew it all wide open. When Kody Brown's death brings a hidden will into view, the sister wives are standing in court, facing off against each other, not as family, but as adversaries. And the truth that lies within that courtroom could shatter every deceit they ever spun. Stay till the end. Because what happens in the final testimony, no one saw coming. The courthouse doors open with a slow creak that echoes like a warning. The world outside is loud. Camera flashes, reporters shouting, but inside it's painfully quiet. The marble floor reflects four pairs of trembling feet as the sister wives take their first steps toward the courtroom. Christine strides in front, her jaw clenched, holding a pile of papers like a shield. Her attorney murmurs something about testimony, but she does not really listen. Janelle and Mary lean on each other behind her, one looking confused, the other looking guilty. Robin follows in black. Her eyes are puffy, her face inscrutable. The trial they've come for is no longer one of love. It's one of what was left behind. 3 weeks earlier, Kody Brown, husband, father, patriarch, had succumbed suddenly to heart failure. The news devastated the family. But the storm was just beginning. A week later, when Christine opened an envelope in the mail, inside was a copy of Kody's will, redrafted 6 months prior to his death. And every last dollar, every piece of property, every family trust, was left to Robin. The second Christine laid eyes on that document, something in her broke. Today the courtroom is filled with the scent of wood polish and stale coffee. The air conditioning drones in the quiet. Journalists occupy the benches. The judge is a woman in her 50s, with a stern expression, who looks at the clock before calling the case. Case number 4529B. Brown versus Brown. Estate dispute and contested will hearing. Christine's heart races. Mary's hands knot in her lap. Robin drops her eyes, mumbling a silent prayer. The judge gestures to Christine's attorney. Counselor, proceed. The attorney stands, his voice steady but biting. Your Honor, this is a matter of betrayal. My client, Christine Brown, claims the late Mr. Kody Brown was intimidated into revising his will, out of fear and emotional blackmail, by his fourth wife Robin Brown. We will establish that deception, and not love, led his last move. The courtroom buzzes. Robin's eyes widen. Tearful, Robin's attorney stands immediately. Your Honor, that's a serious accusation. Mrs. Brown. He pauses, glancing at the other women. Well, one of the Mrs. Browns was by Kody's side when no one else was. He made his decision freely. The judge raises a hand. You'll both have your chance. As the lawyers argue procedure, the camera of our imagination closes in on the faces. Mary blinking back tears. Janelle silent but observant. Christine breathing heavily. Robin trembling. Christine's voice suddenly breaks through the silence. He told me he'd never do this. He said we'd all be taken care of. Everyone turns. Robin's lips part. Christine don't, but Christine cuts her off. Don't what? Don't tell the truth. The judge's gavel comes crashing down. Mrs. Brown, no outbursts please. Christine returns to her seat, trembling. Her attorney whispers, save it for the stand. This isn't merely a court case. It's years of silent anguish spilling over in public. Flashback. The memory slams into her. The evening before Kody's death. The way he gazed at her, weak but smiling, and said, Christine promised me the kids stay together. She promised. But how could she keep that promise now? The narration slows down. Janelle glances at the will before her. She recalls how Kody previously said Robin understood him best. At that time she didn't protest. Yet to have her name removed from his legacy is like a stab. While it goes on, Mary simply sits there, frozen, staring at her clasped hands. She knows she has no right, not legally, not emotionally. Still, part of her can't help but wonder. Did Kody ever truly love any of them as he loved Robin? The court recesses for lunch. The sisters make their way into the hallway, flanked by reporters. Microphones glint in their faces. Christine, do you think Robin manipulated Kody? Did you coerce your husband into revoking the will? Are you taking Christine's or Robin's side? Christine shoves her way through the group. Her eyes blaze. He wasn't himself, she says under her breath. And she was aware of it. Robin spins around. You think I wanted this? You think I requested him to die? Christine stands still. No. But you ensured you'd be well off when he died. The corridor falls silent. This isn't mourning anymore. This is war disguised as bereavement. That evening, the camera dissolves to Robin, sitting by herself in her home. The room is dim, a single lamp shining by Kody's vacant seat. She holds the framed picture of him, crying softly, mouthing, "You said they'd understand. You promised." The thunder booms outside. Robin's face dances in the window, half lit, half dark. She dries her tears, her voice shaking. Why do I feel like you left me with all your sins? Cut to Christine, pacing her living room. She is surrounded by legal documents, highlighted passages, and old family photos. Her daughter Truly sits silently on the couch, bewildered. "Mom," she whispers, "why are you doing this?" Christine hesitates. "Because he promised us something else." Her voice cracks. "And I won't let deceit be what he died with. It's no longer about the money. It's about rewriting what he took to his death." The next day, the sisters convene once more in court. Christine gets up onto the stand. The whole room inclines when her attorney approaches. "Christine, can you tell us what the days before Kody died were like?" She nods slowly, clasping her hands. "He was weak. He'd lost so much weight. But he was afraid. He kept saying someone was pushing him." "Someone?" the lawyer asks guardedly. Christine gazes across the courtroom, directly at Robin. "Yes," she says quietly. "Someone?" Robin gasps. "That's a lie." The judge bangs the gavel. "Mrs. Brown, please." Christine's voice is shaking. "I discovered notes, Your Honor." Notes he wrote to himself. He no longer trusted his own choices. The crowd murmurs, flashbulbs flash. Reporters confer in hushed tones. The judge fidgets. "You have these notes." Christine nods. "I brought them." She begins to open her folder, and the camera cuts to Robin's face. White, sweating, terrified. Because secretly Robin knows what's scribbled in those notes, and that they might ruin everything. The courtroom is chillier today. Perhaps it's the air conditioner. Or perhaps it's the manner in which the truth has begun to slither its way into the light. Christine sits on the witness stand, holding a folder, the one that might turn everything around. Her attorney comes forward. "Your Honor, these are the late Kody Brown's handwritten notes, taken 2 weeks ago from his home office. They are dated on each page, and one of them brings into question his mental state." The judge corrects her glasses. "Proceed." The attorney opens the first page, the paper shivering ever so slightly in his fingers. This one is dated 6 months prior to his death. He clears his throat, reading, "I can't think clearly. Robin says it's for the best, that I need to protect the future. But I don't know if it's my voice I hear anymore, or hers." The room erupts in murmurs. Reporters scribble frantically. Christine closes her eyes, holding back tears. Robin's face turns white. Her lawyer leans close, whispering, "We'll challenge authenticity." But she doesn't hear him. She's staring at that paper like it's a ghost. Christine's lawyer continues. "Your Honor, these notes were found in Kody's private desk drawer, next to a sealed envelope addressed to my wives. We'll present that next." The judge nods. "Admitted into evidence." There is a moment of silence, during which no one breathes. Then Christine blows out a shaky breath, and glances across the room. Not at the judge, not at the attorneys, but directly at Robin. "You told me he was fine. You said he wanted this." Robin's lips tremble. "He did. You don't get it. He was afraid of losing us again." Christine shakes her head. "No, he was afraid of losing himself." The judge slams down her gavel. "Enough. Hold yourself back, Mrs. Brown." But it's too late. The silence that hangs after is thicker than anything the courtroom has ever known. When love becomes control, the fine line between protection and possession starts to erode. When the recess is over, Robin enters the courtroom. She makes her way slowly, each step ringing out across the floor. Her voice shakes initially, then stabilizes. I didn't coerce him. I loved him. When all the others went away, I remained. Her attorney nods in encouragement. Describe what that was like to the court. She gasps. It was isolated. He was ill. There were nights he'd weep and say he didn't know whom to trust. I just wanted to make him secure. He was losing himself. Christine's jaw clenches as she observes. Robin's voice breaks. He said, "If anything happens to me, please see the family are safe." That's all I did. That's all. The lawyer leans forward. And did you ever have a conversation about altering his will? Robin hesitates. Too long. The audience senses it. Cameras click. Yes. She finally says. But it was his idea. Christine whispers under her breath. That's not true. The lawyer looks at her. You seem unsure. I'm not unsure, Robin says sharply. I'm angry that everyone thinks I'm a monster. Tears well up in her eyes. Do you know what it's like to watch someone die and not be able to save them? Do you? Her voice echoes through the courtroom. The judge lets the silence settle, before speaking softly. Mrs. Brown, we understand this is difficult. Please, continue. Robin dabs her tears. He didn't change the will for me. He did it for our children. He said the others had their own lives. That they'd moved on. Christine stings at the words like knives. Moved on. That's what he told Robin. That's how he rationalized it. Janelle, sitting behind Christine, lowers her head. She knows those words too well. The quiet phone calls. The excuses. I'll come by tomorrow, Janelle, he'd said. But tomorrow never came. Sometimes betrayal doesn't roar. It whispers over years, until silence becomes normal. The next witness is called an old family friend, Nathan, who once handled the Browns' legal paperwork. He takes the stand, eyes flicking nervously between the women. The attorney inquires, Mr. Peterson, you represented Mr. Brown with his estate planning, isn't that right? Yes. Nathan nods. Since 2018. Can you tell me about the last time you talked with him about his will? Nathan pauses. It was strange. Kody wasn't himself. He was confused, paranoid even. He kept repeating, that I hate me for this. I told him to wait, but Robin was adamant it had to be done that day. The courtroom gasps. Robin's attorney leaps to her feet. Objection. Hearsay, sustained, says the judge. But it is too late. Everyone has heard. Christine's attorney leans forward. Mr. Peterson. Did he appear pressured? Nathan nods. He did. Robin's hands are shaking. That's not true. He wanted. Her voice breaks again. She can't get the words out. The judge adjourns for another recess. Reporters flood the hallway. The headlines are already being written. Manipulation alleged in Brown estate case. Outside, Christine and Janelle stand side by side. For the first time in years, they're together. Not as wives, but as women united in a quest for truth. Janelle whispers, I didn't want this. Any of it. Christine nods. Neither did I. But if we don't do this now, the truth dies with him. A few feet off, Robin sits by herself on a bench, her head in her hands. Her phone rings. An unfamiliar number. She holds back, then picks it up. A man's voice, deep and guarded. You shouldn't have taken those papers, Robin. Her blood turns cold. Who's this? The line goes dead. She glares at her phone, her heart racing. For the first time, she is wondering if there was something more to Kody's paranoia than she had imagined. When secrets begin whispering from the grave, even the innocent are suspected to be guilty. Rain falls heavily over Flagstaff. That night, lightning illuminates the dark sky as Robin searches through Kody's former study. The desk, the files, the drawers, all appear undisturbed. But she knows that something is amiss. And then she sees it. A dusty flash drive, taped beneath the drawer. Her breath hitches. She connects it to her computer. The screen comes on. There's only one folder. Truth. She clicks. There are recordings. Kody's voice, faint and rough. If you're seeing this, something's wrong. I altered the will, because I was afraid. Afraid of what would happen if I didn't. The recording is interrupted in mid-sentence. Robin's mouth is hidden behind her hand. Her reflection gazes back from the black screen. White, shaking, appalled. The creak of the front door opening echoes behind her. She stands stock still. Hello? There is no response. She turns slowly, but nobody's there, just the soft echo of rain on glass. And somewhere, a whisper she can't account for. The truth isn't hidden. It's for all of them. The morning light cuts through the courthouse windows like ice glass. The sisters are subdued today. The air is thicker, more somber, as if the room itself is aware of what's to come. Christine leans against the window, observing rain draw lines on the glass. Next to her, Janelle looks unnaturally pale, holding a notebook to her body. Robin is not here yet. Mary sits by herself, scrolling through her phone, acting like she's reading messages that don't exist. When the bailiff finally says, "All rise," the courtroom seems to be holding its breath. The judge enters, face stern. "We'll continue the case of Brown versus Brown. I've been told new evidence has been filed overnight." Christine's attorney nods. "Yes, Your Honor. A flash drive was delivered anonymously to my client's residence late last night. We've checked its contents. It has audio recordings purportedly recorded by the late Mr. Kody Brown." A wave of whispers circulates around the room. The judge scowls. "Has it been authenticated?" "Preliminarily, yes." The voice matches existing samples. Christine looks over at Robin, now sitting stiffly, eyes flicking between the lawyer and the folder on his desk. Sometimes the dead don't rest until the truth is spoken out loud. The judge takes a deep breath. "Proceed. Let's hear it." The lawyer slides the flash drive into a laptop. The courtroom speakers crackle. And then, a voice. Cody's voice. It's raspy, trembly, far away. "If you're hearing this, I guess I didn't make it. I just need to explain. I changed everything because I had to, not because I wanted to. Robin said it would keep everyone safe. But now I think it's keeping someone else safe." Robin covers her mouth. Cody's voice goes on. "Weaker now. I discovered something I shouldn't have. A falsehood that can ruin all of us. I wanted to say something to Christine, but I was afraid. I thought perhaps if I redrafted the will, it would silence her." The recording cuts out for a moment, and then comes back with labored breathing. "I don't know who to trust anymore. If they discover what I recorded, it's over." The recording stops. There is silence. Total silence. Christine's eyes brim with tears. Mary frowns. Janelle whispers, "What did he mean? What lie?" Robin's attorney rises, his voice shaking. "Your Honor, we object to the admission of unauthenticated materials." But Robin won't let him get the words out. She stands up suddenly. "No, no, it happened." Her voice breaks. "I do recall that evening. He was paranoid. He said people were stalking us. He shut the study door and refused to eat. He believed someone was going to hurt him." Christine looks at her. "And you never said anything?" Robin shakes her head. "He pleaded with me not to. He said it was all in his head." The judge leans forward. "Mrs. Brown, were you aware of any recordings your husband may have made?" Robin pauses. "Yes." Her voice barely above a whisper. "He said, if anything ever happened to him, I should burn them." The courtroom gasps. Christine stands up from her chair. "Burn them? Why would he do that?" Robin's eyes brim with tears. "Because he didn't trust any of us. Not you, not me, not even himself. Secrets don't only split up families, they eat away at them from the inside out." The judge requests a moment's recess, but no one rises. Robin remains in her seat, weeping quietly. Christine walks into the hall, shaking her hands. She leans against the wall, gazing down at her face in the shiny floor. Chanel approaches her softly. "He said he wanted to keep us safe." Christine whispers. "But from what?" Chanel exhales. "Perhaps from himself." Before they can speak further, a reporter hurries by, holding a phone. "They're claiming there's another file on this drive, one that was not played." Christine glances up. "What?" They rush inside. The lawyer connects the drive once more, browsing through the folders. There is one file that has not been opened, just labeled, Truth_2. "Your Honor," he says, "there's a second audio recording." "Play it," the judge instructs. The voice is quiet at first, static, then Kody speaking again, but this time he sounds different. Confused, panicked. "If Robin's hearing this, I need you to stop. You're no longer protecting me. You're protecting him." The courtroom comes to a halt. Christine breathes quietly. Protecting who? Robin's face goes white. Oh my God. The lawyer stops the clip. Mrs. Brown, can you tell us who he might be talking about? Robin doesn't respond. Her lips shake. Please stop, Mrs. Brown? The judge presses. Robin cracks. It wasn't meant to go this far. Sobs cascade down her face. There was someone else. Someone assisting him in managing his finances. He discovered they were embezzling from the family account. Christine's heart thuds. Who? Robin glances up. Guilty eyes. His accountant. The room erupts into whispers once again. Cameras flash. He told me if the truth were revealed, the church would turn against us. That's why he redrafted the will. To conceal the trail of money. But then, he began doubting me. He thought I was in on it. I wasn't. Her voice rings out. I wasn't. Order is called for by the judge. But the courtroom is chaos. The closer they are to the truth, the more perilous it becomes to know it. The courthouse parking lot is almost deserted later that evening. Robin alone in her car, gazing out at the rain hitting the windshield. She clicks play on her phone. The first audio recording again. Kody's voice echoes through the quiet. If they find out what I recorded, it's over. She talks to herself softly. You were right. And she sees a shadow creeping in her rearview mirror. A guy in a black jacket, standing near the exit gate, staring at her. She squints. He's vanished. The following morning, Christine has an envelope on her doorstep. No return address. It contains a single sheet of paper with Kody's writing. Don't trust anyone, not even the ones crying for you. Christine shakes. She glances out of her window. A car idling outside across the street. The driver's face is obscured. The courthouse is different today. Heavier, darker. Even the lights are dimmer, flickering weakly as if the building itself is anxious. Christine is sitting up front, leafing through her notes. But her mind isn't on the page. It's on Robin. Robin hasn't said a word since yesterday's session. Her hair is mussed. Her hands shake. When she enters, the crowd quiets. The woman who used to move with quiet assurance now appears to be walking through water. Slowly, hesitantly, haunted. Her lawyer whispers something, but she doesn't respond. She just sits ahead, her mouth opening and closing silently. The judge enters. All rise. The courtroom rises. Robin doesn't. Mrs. Brown, the judge reprimands sternly. Are you prepared to continue today? Slowly, Robin lifts her eyes. He's not dead. A shiver runs through the room. Christine scowls. What are you talking about? Robin blinks rapidly, shaking Kody. He's not dead. He told me he'd never leave me. And now he's here. The judge sighs. Mrs. Brown, please. Suddenly Robin gets to her feet. I can hear him. The gavel comes down. Order. Reporters lean forward. Cameras flashing. Tension hangs in the air like a stifling blanket. When sorrow is combined with shame, the brain is a courtroom in itself. Robin is led out for a quick recess. The judge calls for a 10-minute recess. The room bursts into whispers. Christine remains sitting, looking down at her hands. She's losing it. Janelle whispers next to her. Christine shakes her head. No, she's covering up. Janelle wrinkles her brow. You really think she'd be faking it? Christine's tone becomes harsh. I believe she's afraid of what comes next. In the corridor meanwhile, Robin alone sits on a wooden bench, hands trembling. She mutters to herself. You said you'd keep me safe, Kody. Why are you doing this? Her lawyer squats beside her. Robin, listen. You must remain calm. We can plead mental stress, emotional distress. But if you continue to discuss hearing him, she cuts him off. You don't understand. He's sending me messages. He sighs. You're not making sense. Robin looks up, her eyes wide, pupils dilated. Last night, the lights in the house flickered 3 times. That was his signal. He used to do that when he wanted me to call him back. The lawyer stares at her, speechless. Within the courtroom, Christine's attorney heads towards the bench. Your Honor, because of these incidents, we respectfully request access to Kody Brown's residence records, namely his communications and storage systems. There could be other data pertinent to this matter. The judge pauses. On what grounds? Your Honor, he ventures cautiously, since Mr. Brown himself has said, in his tape, that he left more than one copy behind. Possibly somebody else has that knowledge. The judge slowly nods. Granted, but keep it under wraps. I don't want this to become a media circus. The further they dig, the deeper the roots of reality get. Christine and Janelle drive together that evening to Kody's former property. It has been vacant since his passing. Shutters half cracked, weeds creeping up the porch stairs, wind chimes ringing in the winter air. Christine pauses at the door. You sure about this? Janelle nods. If there's another tape, it's here. They go inside. The air is stale with dust and old books. Each step creaks. Christine moves into the study, the same room in which Kody wrote his last messages. The desk remains, the very same one Robin scoured. Yet something is different. She opens the upper drawer. It's empty. Then the bottom one, also empty. Lastly, she gets down on her knees and peeks underneath. Her fingers catch on something stuck underneath. A tiny black recorder. She turns it on. Static in the air, followed by Kody's barely audible voice. If they see this, I'm already dead. Robin knows too much. I told her about the money, about the documents. She said she'd take care of it, but I think she never told the others the truth. If she lies again, everything goes up in flames. Christine's eyes go wide. He knew she was lying. Janelle breathes shakily. But what money? Christine glances around the room. He mumbled something about files. Maybe. She runs her eye along the bookshelves. Shelf after shelf of duster-covered binders. She removes one titled, Family Expenses 2021. On the inside, dozens of receipts, checks and a series of cash transfers. Big ones. To an account called EP Consulting. Christine raises her brow. You ever hear of this? Janelle shakes her head. Christine turns the page. And stops. To each transaction, a signature. Not Kody's, Robin's. All secrets leave prints. Some just take a while to notice. The following morning, Christine's attorney files the paperwork with the court. The judge reads them closely. These are significant transactions, she says. Do you have evidence they were made out of Mr. Brown's accounts? Christine's attorney nods. Yes, Your Honor. And all were cleared through accounts associated with Mrs. Robin Brown. The courtroom gasps. Robin remains motionless, eyes vacant. Her attorney whispers, Speak, deny it. But she does not. Instead she whispers, He said I had to do it. Christine leans in. Kody instructed you to steal from us? Robin's head shakes. He said it was protection money. Protection from what? Robin's lips quiver. From them. Who's them? Her voice becomes a whisper. The ones who finance the show. The courtroom becomes silent. The judge screws up her face. Mrs. Brown, are you suggesting the network was involved in your husband's finances? Robin weakly nods. They made him an offer to continue filming, even though we said we didn't want to anymore. He was exhausted. He wanted some privacy, but they told him if he quit, he'd owe millions. He panicked. He figured if he got rid of the will, they couldn't touch his property. Christine gapes in shock. So this was never about us. Robin blinks, tears streaming down her face. It was always about the show. Sometimes the celebrity that constructs a family ultimately buys its silence. The judge orders a recess. Reporters burst out of the courtroom. The story is larger now, much larger than Family Saga. As Robin exits the stand, she pauses next to Christine. Her voice trembles. You think you know the truth, but you don't. There's something worse, something Kody never wanted anyone to see. Christine's voice lowers. Then tell me. Robin glances at the ceiling cameras. The reporters, the judge's bench. Not here. She exits, accompanied by security, leaving Christine immobilized, her heart pounding. Later that evening, Christine is alone in her car, replaying Kody's old tapes. Every word seems more oppressive now, as if it has a double meaning. If they discover what I recorded, it's over. She fast-forwards it, listens once more, this time trying to catch the ambient sounds. A hum, a beep, then a voice. Not Kody's. A man's. Don't worry, we'll take care of the contracts. Just silence the wives. Christine's frozen. Her heart races. That voice, she knows it. It's the network producer. Morning spreads across Flagstaff like a bruise. Cameras festoon the courthouse steps. Microphones as weapons. Reporters bellowing names. The story has blown open. Headlines cycle on every screen. Sister wives courtroom shock. Secret recordings. Network deceit. missing millions. Christine navigates through the mayhem with Janelle by her side. Reporters mob them, flashes blinding. Christine, is it true you have evidence the network paid off Kody? Janelle, is Robin being charged? Christine continues walking, while her face remains calm but pale. Within, the courtroom hums like a cluttered wire. Robin sits at the defense table, trembling. Her attorney appears drained. The judge's patience wore off hours ago. The prosecutor takes his turn. Your Honor, this matter has transcended a family feud. We have evidence now of corporate tampering, tampered documents, and economic intimidation. We call for full federal investigation. The judge takes a deep breath. Then tread carefully. The world's watching. All secrets are turned into weapons when the cameras come on. Christine's attorney presses a remote. The courtroom screen jumps to life. Kody's last, unused recording. The audio is rough, like it was recorded in a hurry. If this gets out, I'll be ruined. They said they'd destroy everything. My family, the show, our name. They told me to rewrite the will, make Robin the executor, keep the others out, said it would protect the brand. A pause. Then Kody's voice lowers, desperate. If Christine ever sees this, tell her I'm sorry. I thought I was keeping you safe, but I was keeping them safe. Christine gasps for breath. Janelle puts her hand over her mouth. Mary begins to weep softly at the back of the room. The judge appears shaken. This involves production executives personally. Robin whispers. He said they'd kill the show, and us if we didn't listen. You don't know what it was like. Christine stands slowly. We were your family, Robin. You could have told us. Robin's eyes well with tears. I tried. They came to the house. They said if I spoke, they'd release private footage. Things that would destroy all of you. Christine stares, aghast. Footage of what? Robin's voice shakes. Of us off camera. Arguments, fights, things the audience was never meant to see. The whole room goes silent. The truth is not always hidden in darkness. Sometimes it's hidden in plain view, on tape. Christine breathes deeply. Then we show them everything. Her attorney glances at her. Christine, no, she says. If they want the truth, we give it to them, all of it. She moves into the middle of the room, facing the judge, the press, and the specters of her past. This family was founded on faith and trust. We allowed the world into our lives, and they made us a product. They dictated how to smile, when to cry, who to love. Kody believed them. Robin shielded them. But I won't. Her voice breaks. If this kills me, so be it. But at least the truth will finally be ours. The judge leans forward. Mrs. Brown, are you formally requesting these documents be made public record? Christine nods. Yes, Your Honor. Every file, every recording, every contract. The judge hesitates, then grants it. And in an instant the case is open to the public. In hours, video overwhelms the internet. Unseen moments, private calls, behind-the-scenes manipulations. Fans are shocked. The tale of the perfect family implodes overnight. Fame gave them a stage, and the truth burned it down. Later that night, Christine drives alone to Kody's grave. The world outside is chaos. Social media explosions. Talk shows dissecting every word, but here, it's quiet. Just her and the wind. She kneels by the headstone, placing the recorder gently in front of it. You were scared, she whispers. But I'm not. One tear drops. You tried to keep us safe, Kody. You just didn't know from whom. Hiding behind her is a pair of headlights. Someone standing by the road. Christine doesn't look back. She only whispers. If they need me, they'll have to come through the truth. The headlights disappear. There is only silence. Some stories don't stop. They resonate. The next day, Christine wakes to a text message from an unknown number. You think it's over. Check the mail. She opens the door. There's one brown envelope on the stoop. Inside, a flash drive. Marked in illegible handwriting. Final cut, KB.